Hey guys, so I'm back from my vacation, and last night I went and did a double feature. I know I've been doing that a lot lately because I have a lot of things I have to catch up on, movie wise, and I wanted to try to get them, in before the end of the year, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. I mean, tomorrow's New Year's Eve, so uh, and I won't be doing a top 10 list until probably a couple weeks from now. I know I usually do them at the end of the year, but it's not going to happen this year, just because I haven't been able to see everything I want to see. And usually, what happens is that something will get released in January, and then I regret not waiting and doing my top 10 list. And I want to, like last year, I would have added Imitation Game. It would have easily been my top five best films of the year, but I already did a top 10 list, so it's like, god damn it. So yeah, especially I'm not going to be doing a review or a top 10 list until I see Revenant and Hateful Eight. Those are two movies I'm looking forward to a lot, and I guarantee it'll probably be on my list. I'll be surprised if they're not. Um, Anyways, yesterday I went to the theater to do a double feature, and surprisingly, it was really fucking packed. I just want to mention that, like, I was like, wow, like for a Tuesday, it was really, really packed. That's when I went and saw it, and it's because of fucking Star Wars. Star Wars is still selling out like at like any theater I go to. It's fucking insane, really. But anyways, the first movie I saw was Joy. Joy is a movie I was looking forward to because of the trailers. The trailers I thought were really, really good. It was being made, another new movie being made by David O. Russell. David O. Russell's the guy who made The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle. Three really good movies in my opinion. And he's a guy I like as a director, but hate as a person. If you don't know why, Google him. I can go into it if I really wanted to, but Google him, and I'm sure you'll see why he has treated. He has a reputation for basically treating crew members and cast members like shit on set. I've heard it from firsthand. But as a filmmaker, he's made some really good movies, so I kind of give him a little bit of a pass. But this looked pretty fun. Like the trailers looked interesting. I love the teaser trailer with that utilized Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, and I thought that was one of the better trailers of the year. But and then I didn't even really know it going in until like about a few weeks ago that this was based off Joy Magano, who I never even heard about. All I knew is that she made a thing called the Wonder Mop, which I never used, never heard of, and but my mom knows her. She loves her. She's QVC icon and everything else, and my mom has all her products, so she's like telling me all about it. I'm like, all right, the movie looked good. I didn't know who it was about, but okay. This movie hasn't been getting great reviews, and that's something I don't understand because honestly, this movie was pretty good. I even saw a review that was saying it was a terrible piece of shit, and I'm like, no, it wasn't. Of all the movies I've seen all this year, I've seen some really bad movies. This is not even fucking close. It is by a movie that's kind of by the numbers, and it's a movie you've seen a million times before, but honestly, it's still really good. Even a movie that I've seen a million times before can still be really good. This movie the performances in this thing are really what stand out. Particularly Jennifer Lawrence, who is really good as Joy Magano, who is basically your stereotypical working mom who barely making ends meet, who comes up with an invention, just happens to come up with an invention that becomes a big thing, and she ends up making billions of dollars. It's a very successful American dream kind of story. And she's it's a story you've seen a million times before, but Jennifer Lawrence is really good in this role, and she's a very smart, very convincing as a smart, savvy businesswoman like Joy Magano was. She plays her pretty damn well. Also really liked Robert De Niro in this movie. Joy Magano's family in this film is dysfunctional, to say the least. I didn't know much. I didn't know going in that much about her family. Well, you know a lot about her family by the end of this film. Her family's hysterical. Just to give you kind of like where the movie begins, she is like, at the beginning of the movie, she's living with her mom, who's separated from her dad, who's played by Robert De Niro. She's separated from her dad. Sorry, give me a second. And her mom just spends all her days sitting in her room watching soap operas and like secluding herself from the world. And also at the same time, Joy's ex-husband lives in her mom's basement with her, with also her 2 kids. And then at the beginning of the movie, her dad's new wife decides to kick him out of their house, and he has to move into Joy's mom's house and lives in the basement with her ex-husband. And, hilarity ensues. And Robert De Niro is the best thing hilariously about this. He is really damn funny, and like not in a embarrassing way that like little Fockers and stuff like that. He is really funny. Like, at least there's no boner jokes or nothing about erectile dysfunction or anything like that. Like, seems like in a lot of Robert De Niro comedies as of late, like The Intern. It's nothing to like be embarrassed about, like a lot of movies that De Niro has done over the last few years. Dirty Grandpa doesn't look very promising. Anyways, De Niro's great. Got Virginia Madsen as the mom, who's really hilarious. Like I said, she just sits there and watches soap operas religiously. And I honestly, the stuff going on in that soap opera were pretty hilarious. Like, they would cut to the soap opera every so often, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the soap opera? Like, it was ridiculous. I kind of laughed at some of the soap opera scenes, because they do cut to the soap opera. Because it's trying to be an analogy, like, it's kind of trying to go along with the story. The stuff that's going on in the soap opera, as I could tell, was trying to go along with what was going on in the story. Anyways, that Virginia Madsen's in this. I didn't even realize until just a couple of minutes ago Isabella Rossellini is in this as the lady that ends up funding her project, the Wonder Moth. Damn, sorry, my nose is all stuffed up. Anyways, Isabella Rossellini's in this movie. Holy shit! I didn't even realize she was still alive. You also even get like surprise. This was something I heard about right before I saw. Melissa Rivers plays her mom, Joan, and they put a blonde wig on her, and she looks just like her fucking mom. It was kind of scary. I didn't even realize how much she looked like her mom until it just put a blonde wig on her. It was kind of fun. It was kind of cool. I'm not a Joan Rivers fan. I was not mourning her death. I never really liked her, but it was kind of cool to see her play her own her mom, and that was pretty funny. And she looked the part, and acted the part. Looked like Joan Rivers and acted like Joan Rivers. I would hope so. She lived with her so many years. Like I said, this movie is your by the numbers story. Like, it is, you've seen it a million times before. It's a feel good story about a woman who went from the bottom and made her way to the top of QVC and everything else. This movie is one of the main problems with this movie I had was it felt like some parts felt rushed, especially the ending of the movie, or just like flies by, and next thing you know, she's a billionaire and has her own business and is competing with QVC and shit like that. Like, that happened out of nowhere. And also, a lot of parts of this movie just feel fucking convenient. Like, there are a lot of times where I was like, I'm pretty certain that didn't happen in real life. Like, that it didn't happen that easily in real life. Like, how quickly she got on QVC, that, or the ending of the movie where I swear, okay, the ending of the movie could have just been avoided. The whole conflict at the end of the movie with the patent and stuff could have been avoided if she actually paid attention at the beginning of the when she went for the patent. It was like, really, you're coming off as this smart business, savvy businesswoman. You probably should have looked into that a little bit more. I kind of felt. I don't know how much of this movie's accurate, but I'm still kind of calling bullshit. Like I said, it felt like just stuff just came to her kind of too easily in this movie. Like she would have a major problem happen. I heard somebody say this too. Critics say this too, that like there would be a major problem that would happen, but it would be solved in like 2 minutes later. So it just felt like very rushed in that way. Like any problems that would come up with for her would just be fixed very easily, and I'm pretty certain that it didn't happen that easily in real life. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain it didn't. Other than that, like, this movie, nothing really bothered me about this movie. It didn't piss me off, and I wasn't irritated, or I wouldn't call it the worst thing ever, like that one critic said. As far as I do recommend the movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you already watched Star Wars and if your girl wants to see something, this is a decent set. You won't be miserable or anything like that. As far as trailers, damn, my nose is all stuffed up. Sorry. As far as trailers, I got The Legend of Tarzan, which, when the trailer started, I thought it was the trailer for the new King Kong movie, because it looked exactly like that. Because it showed a bunch of apes and them going into the jungle, and I'm like, is this the new Kong movie? I thought it wasn't coming out. I didn't know they were shooting that already. No, it's The Legend of Tarzan. It's a new Tarzan movie with Christoph Waltz and Sam Jackson. It looked like if Tarantino, is Tarantino directing a Tarzan movie? I was like, it looked like they just walked off the set of a fucking Tarantino movie. It was kind of hilarious. Dude, that'd be hilarious if Tarantino did a Tarzan movie. That'd be violent as shit, but that'd be pretty awesome. But no, I don't know. The Choice. This is a trailer that, like, confused the fuck out of me. Like, seriously, so much happened in this trailer that it was like, in a span of 1.5 minutes, like, so much happens in the trailer. I swear I just saw the whole movie in, like, a minute and a half. It's a new Nicholas Sparks movie where the trailer shows a guy somehow finds puppies and gives it to a girl or whatever. Yeah. They start a relationship. She has a boyfriend. She meets all his friends and they fall in love, and she conflicted at first, and then she gets in a car crash and goes into a coma, and he's mourning over her, and I'm like, and then the movie just says, the trailer ends and it says The Choice, and I'm like, did I just see the fucking whole trailer in a minute and a half? Like, it happened so fucking fast. I had whiplash. It's like, what the fuck just, it's like, damn, there's so much shit happening that just was packed into that trailer, and it was just a minute and a half. And I swear I just saw the whole fucking movie. Whatever, it's a Nicholas Sparks movie. I hate Nicholas Sparks, so I'm not seeing that shit. And then, Jane Got a Gun. I forgot this movie was still happening. I got a trailer for that. I forgot the fuck this movie was still happening. Some people don't know what this movie is. This movie has been having a hell lot of production problems. It went from I believe, if I'm correct, movie was halfway done shooting and the director just fucking walked out and left. So did a bunch of different actors. They've had to change the main roles like a million goddamn times. I'm interested, knowing the production history of this movie. The trailer didn't look that bad. It's about it's Natalie Portman is being chased by a bunch of outlaws or something like that in the western, and she's trying to get help from who is it? Who is it? Joel Edgerton, yeah, and Ewan McGregor, I think, is one of the people chasing her, and I know the role that Joel Edgerton's playing has been changed so many goddamn times. I'm interested in how the final product is. It was supposed to come out in September, but because of all the problems this movie's had, it's got pushed back. I'm interested in how the final product is. We'll see. This kind of reminds me of maybe this will be end up being the Island of Dr. Monroe, where it would be fucking hilarious. It had all this production problems and then ended up being fucking terrible, but also hilarious. Honestly, the making of the movie might be more interesting than the actual movie itself. Yeah, that's as far as trailers go. I'll be back in a couple of seconds. I'm gonna go blow my nose and do my other review. I'll see you guys in a few seconds.